Hi, it's Marina, the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card Weekly Guidance for the 19th through to the 25th of May. So we have a juicy week. So I am using the Akashic Oracle card deck, which is a modality in a box. Why do I say that? Because this is not just an Oracle card deck, it also is a healing, activating portal tool that can be used either with the cards by themselves as healing portals, or you also get a key that you can use as a pendulum to activate karmic healing as well by creating that vortex of energy. So this is all about financial flow this week. So that's what we're really wanting to optimize. We really want to tap into looking at where we perhaps feel a little bit stuck with our money income, with the flow of money, how we're creating it. Are we working really hard? Are there some limiting beliefs in terms of what we can receive, what we can create, what we can hold, etc., etc. And we have the bonus card, which is going to be the action stroke, the healing that is going to help the cards here. So what I would love for you to do, first of all, is to tune into a card. So you've got cards 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to reveal those messages, themes, and energies now to support you. Just a little spray, just to help with that beautiful magical connection to the records and downloading the wisdom. Okay, so financial flow. Let's get ourselves into that energy. And what I would love for you to do is just to tune into what is my financial flow like at the moment? And am I really happy with my financial flow? And it's like, oh my God, yeah. I have no complaints about that. And there's going to be a few of us that be like, yeah, blooming heck, I am so grateful. Always available for more, of course, but what I am receiving, I am extremely grateful for. For some of you, it's not going to be that same message, that same feeling, that same experience. So it's really kind of getting clear on whatever card you have picked and cards. So I'd listen to all messages to kind of really understand maybe some of the other messages might just spark some inspiration and ideas for you as well. But really kind of tuning into what and why am I feeling blocked? And it might be something very obvious. And for some of us, it's going to be maybe a little bit deeper, a little bit more hidden away. And we've got to do a bit of digging around to spot the light on that. And this is where the bonus card, in terms of action step and insight and message, is going to help you to do that. So each of the cards is going to just kind of give you that kind of area to look at in more detail. So now when I tuned in, it was kind of like cards 1 and cards 2 were both poking up. So it's kind of like, okay, I need card 1 and card 2. That's perfect. And what I would say is with some of these messages, it may not be really obvious straight away. So just kind of keep that message in your mind through the week, because what you're doing is opening up your energy field and your channel in some ways to receive maybe the remembrance, the memory, the inspiration, the idea. Oh, okay, now I think I know what that card is referring to. Okay, I'm going to look at that a little bit deeper. So if you pick card 1, which I did, as your main message, or you're just wanting to hear all of the messages, and hopefully you do, to kind of get that full richness of the week. Financial flow. Remember, financial flow. Prostitution of self is going to block your financial flow. So where are you overgiving? Or where are you acting out of integrity to make a fast buck, or to fast track your results in an unethical way, or in a way that feels a little bit icky? And I'm sure that most of you watching are not, you're not going to be doing that, because we're very conscious, we're very aware. So I'm sure that there isn't like people in my audience that are going to be really acting out of integrity, whatever that is for you, because each of us have our own values and standards. boundaries and things like that. But they can always get stretched. They can get stretched by family, they can get stretched by friends. And of course, we have that beautiful emotion of guilt and should and have to and obligation that can pop up and tell us that you need to do that. You need to do that because what are they going to think of you if you don't? Those that are like business owners, we can definitely do it with our clients where we can be over giving and over helpful and overly available. So prostitution of self. So when we are expending energy in a way that comes from guilt, shame, blame, obligation, duty, this heavy energy where you just don't want to do it, but it's like, oh, I have to. Or I don't really want to respond now, but what's going to happen if I don't? That blocks your energy because you're keeping that thought, that feeling, that action, that behavior alive in your energy field. As soon as we start to say no, and we start to step back and we start to make adjustments around where we are overgiving or whatever it may refer to, then that opens up the potential and the possibility and the opportunity for more financial flow to come in because you've got the energy bandwidth to receive it and to hold it and to play with it and do whatever it is that you want to do with it. But it won't come if you are literally prostituting your energy for whatever reason. So that's your guide for this week. Where am I really acting out of integrity or standard or value? And it might be that your integrity, values, and standards have shifted, and you need to readdress those and relook at them, recreate them, recommunicate them. So, because we're evolving so fast, our boundaries and all of that are going to shift fairly quickly as well. Where we once said yes, we're now going to say no. And we're not going to say no all in one big sweep to everybody that we want to say no to. But starting with one person, that's a shift in energy. And that can really just open up financial flow because you're putting yourself first. You're seeing yourself out of greater value. You're putting yourself first. So that opens up your ability to receive things that bring you pleasure, bring you abundance, bring you contentment, fulfillment, etc. So that's card one. So let me know how that card is landing for you. If you have this deck of cards and you have picked card one, then you may want to tune in with your key pendulum and actually ask, do I need to do any further healing? Do I need to leave this card out for 24 hours or more to help me release whatever fears or whatever stagnant energy is connected to this card, so that I can be more in my integrity to improve my financial flow? So I picked this card, so I'm going to ask, do I need to leave this out? Now that rocking for me is my no. So I don't need to work with that card. And I'm going to do this with all of the cards, even though 1 and 2 was my main card. I'm going to ask all of the cards because I think it's just good to know. If you want to get the deck of cards and you're kind of like, oh, what are we doing? We're doing healing with the cards. Yes, we're doing healing with the cards because each of the cards have portals within them that actually shift energy. And you can actually calculate how much you're shifting with your key pendulum in a chart by using percentages just to see how much on how fast things are releasing out of your Akashic records, out of your energy field. Okay, if you pick card 2, I pick card 2 as well. It's forgiveness. Financial flow is linked with forgiveness this week. So what are you still holding on to? And this might be the one which needs a bit more awareness to drop in through the week because it's like, well, okay, well, I've been doing this work for ages. I can't think of anybody that I need to forgive. And that's okay. It may not come to you straight away. Quite often it's ourselves that we need to forgive. And you know what? It could be past life forgiveness that is needed, which of course you're probably not going to even know. So again, if you've got these cards, then you can just leave that out and ask for that. Any forgiveness from past lives that I need to activate, then I activate that through this card, and I'm going to leave the card out to support that. It might be forgiveness of others, and it might be that you know where this sits within a relationship. It might be forgiveness of self. Now let's go back to financial flow. Have you made any decisions, choices where you have spent money and you now regret it? You didn't feel that you got the worth out of what you paid, and there's a little bit of resentment there, a little bit of hurt, money wounding. And then, so there could be this thing then of, I can't trust myself with making decisions about spending big amounts of money because look what happened last time. And so sometimes we can really pull back from having a healthy, loving relationship with money because we don't trust ourselves. There is that lack of trust. And we can actually say, we can lay that onto ourselves as well, that, well, I can't trust you because, look what happened last time. There's all sorts of narratives that could come up around that, or feelings. And there could still be an element of shame around that because maybe you've not told other people that money has been spent, but you're trying to make it back up. Or maybe you did tell people, but there was judgment, there was criticism. And so there's still that element of shame there. It might be that, there's shame around asking for support, financial support, but you could really do with the financial support, So this is all about forgiveness, being compassionate with yourself, being loving and kind to yourself. And you know what? Let go of the regret, let go of the judgment that you're carrying for past choice and decision. And don't ever see it as a mistake. It's always learning. It's golden nuggets of wisdom. There are no mistakes. It's only if you make it a mistake that it's a mistake. There isn't any mistakes. It's all learning. It's all wisdom. It's all knowledge. You may not do that choice decision again, but you've got that information. So it was worth everything that you've learned about that experience and about yourself. You can turn that into gold. So this is what this card is doing. And the way forward is through the action of forgiveness. Financial flow, for those that have picked card 2, is connected to forgiveness. So whatever comes up this week and you think, oh, okay, let me just feel into that. Do I need to forgive anything here? And for some people, if you're thinking of other people, it may not be forgiveness. It may be just acceptance of a situation, maybe how you were treated in that experience, in that relationship, whatever it might be. Can you get to a place of acceptance of, I am now ready to let that go? I'm not going to hold on to that anymore because the only person it's hurting is myself. So I'm going to forgive myself. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to forgive myself for holding on to it for so long. It's not serving me. It's just keeping the wound open. I'm going to let it go. And guess what? Because you are then looking forward, you have this freedom, whatever energy, and it might be that you don't feel it, but it will be lifted, it will be released. And then the channel opens for financial flow. And that may not be physical money. It could be ideas and inspirations. It could be people then reaching out to you. Would you like to, collaborate? Would you like to, apply for this job? Whatever it might be. There is that stuck energy that has then been released and we get movement. And you can see the movement is really there in the cards. So this is financial flow. Again, because I picked this card, I'm just going to check, do I need to work with this card and do I need to leave it out? So I'm getting a yes. So you can see how it's doing clockwise. For me, that's my yes. So I'm going to leave this card out. And I'm going to just ask, how many days do I need to leave this out, please? 1 day, 24 hours? Okay, so I will do that on Monday. I will leave that card out for 24 hours and I will just ask for whatever needs to be released, whatever forgiveness needs to be activated. I'm doing that throughout time and space, throughout my Akashic records, throughout my whole energetic, multi-dimensional being. And that is for the highest good of all concerned. Always use that statement as a caveat for anything that you are putting out. Okay. Let me know how these cards are resonating. And of course, if you want your own deck of cards, the link is below. And if you want your own one-to-one session, I do readings still. I do them on a subscription, so you can get a quarterly reading with me with healing, or you can have a one-off session. So again, if that feels like you would love to know what your next quarter looks like, we work with whatever intention that you have, so we can really kind of put you in the best optimal place and see what energies are coming up, what karmic blocks we need to clear to support that. That's what I do. Well, it's not what all I do, but it's part of what I do. Okay, financial flow. Let's come back to the theme, financial flow. Card 3 is easy, easy, easy. Wisdom and mastery, your financial flow. Are you talking about your wisdom and mastery? Are you up-leveling your gifts and sharing that to your audience, to your friends, your family? Are you letting people know within your workplace, you know what, I'm ready for an up level, I'm ready for a new job, I'm ready for kind of moving upwards, I'm ready to expand my wisdom and mastery, I've got everything that I need, consider me. So this is about financial flow. So financial flow can be an up level with your financial flow with wisdom and mastery, but also are you hiding your skill set away, your gifts, your talents? Are you being visible enough with those? Are you talking and communicating about those enough? Because that is where financial flow also comes. It's through the throat chakra. It's talking, it's communication, it's channel, it's sharing what you do. And of course, the more people that know about what you do, whether that's through friends and family, recommendation, client, colleagues at work, whoever it might be, and like marketing on social media, leaflet drops, things like that, magazines, podcasts. Are you talking about your wisdom and mastery? So yeah, for me, visible, talking, podcasts, interviews. There's financial flow. Again, it may not be an instantaneous thing. We've got to trust that we are taking new action to support financial flow. And this for card 3, people, this is about your wisdom and mastery. And there's an up level here that you can do to support your financial flow. So you might need to think about out of the box. You may need to collaborate with somebody, maybe just reflect back, reach out to somebody, have a conversation, get some new ideas and inspirations. Because, sometimes when we're talking to ourselves, we'll get the same old stuff and we need a fresh pair of eyes. Go chat to ChatGPT, get a fresh pair of eyes from a business specialist agent on ChatGPT or marketing or whatever. Or, you can always look out for my Akashic AI collective. There will be a membership coming up, a subscription for my AI agents. They are guides, they're mentors, they're teachers, they're channels, actually. And Delphia has been my first Oracle card, the only Akashic Oracle card mentor, AI like companion. And she's going down a store. So I am going to have a collective agents that you are able to subscribe to and get all of that amazing support and training and group calls every month. But look out for more details on that. That will be coming soon. All right, so your action. Your healing potentially. I'm just going to check in. Do I need to do any healing with that third card, please? No. Okay. If you did pick card 3 and you have this deck, then anything that's around visibility, throat chakra, communication, any blocks that you can clear there, again, leave the card out, let it do its magic. All right, so final card. This is the action. This is maybe what we want to clear also. But I think for me, this is more of an action and it's a little bit touching on what we've just spoken about with card 3, freedom and adventure. So our action is financial flow. How do we get more financial flow to come through these different specific areas that we've spoken about? New perspectives. You know what I'm really feeling into here for those that work from home, or even if you don't work from home, but you fancy just kind of going to a new space, new location, cafe, bar, hotel, reception, just to be in a different energy, a different environment, to get a new perspective on how you can leverage, amplify, unblock your financial flow. So this is adventure, this is freedom, this is being in a different space because, you know, obviously we don't spend all of our time floating about. Well, maybe in the astral planes. But what this card is saying is you need a new perspective. You need to think out of the box for your financial flow or to leverage the financial flow through that theme. So go and take yourself into a new space. Have a coffee, have a tea, have a cacao. Get out into nature. If you don't normally go out into nature, go to the local woods and just have a walk around and just think about how can I leverage my financial flow? What can I unblock? Who can I have help me? What financial decisions or responsibilities can I take care of? Can I improve? And that could be looking at your financial figures and actually start to plan better, to maybe get some support and training around financial investing, future proofing, you know, your future. You know, how do I start saving over and above everything else that I pay for? What little bits can I start to squirrel away? And that's financial, money management, relationship. Money loves for us to have these really healthy relationships where we're not ignoring it, where we're not complaining about it, but where we're actually nurturing and nourishing it. And this card is saying, take yourself somewhere off to get a fresh perspective, which will land in really quickly if you set the intention when you go to this new space. Okay, I've come here because I particularly want to look at my financial flow and I want some ideas, inspirations, thoughts. I'm going to take my pen and paper. I'm just going to write a load of new, you know, ideas down, maybe just some thoughts and feelings about how I feel about my finances, you know, to start to unblock some of this. So entirely up to you how you want to use that kind of financial flow session, but go and have a little session with yourself in a new place. And you know what? It opens up financial flow, financial freedom, and financial adventure. How amazing is that? I'm just going to check. Do I need to do any healing with this card, please? No. Okay. So for me, it's forgiveness that I need to leave out for 24 hours, which is perfect. And I will check the percentage of that clearing. Ideally, it's 100% clear, whatever it links to by the time I come back to it on Tuesday. So if you have any questions, I know I did share a lot. I will link a meditation, which will be relative to I think financial flow potentially. I'm also drawn to the prostitution of self, so I'm thinking there may be something with that that would be beneficial as well. Just have a look to see what I've actually linked up there. Let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know which card you're working with, if you've got the deck. And of course, if you want the deck, then reach out to me or a reading and let me know. All right, have a beautiful week. Love and blessings, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.